Ladies and gentlemen, many of you might know over a year ago, I let go of my Facebook account. I believe it was like around April of 2018. That's when I decided I no longer wanted Facebook. I wasn't using it a lot anyway. The only thing that was happening was my YouTube videos were posting out there all the time, and I didn't even really care about that. So I just disabled my account and I got rid of it. Now, we have heard people being in Facebook jail. Some people are in there multiple times. I don't even worry about that. And be honest with you, all the time I've been out there, I never been in Facebook jail. But then again, I wasn't trying to be. I wasn't even trying to use it. So I have this story that came out in The Verge, and I also have a video that I want you to watch after I'm done with this that came out on RT News. So this is a story that came out June 19th, 2019, Bodies in Seats. So these are the Facebook moderators. Most of them are contractors, and they said the work conditions are horrible. So, Bodies in Seats at Facebook's worst performing content moderation site in North America. One contractor has died, and others say they fear for their lives. Wow. Keith Utley loved to help. First, he served as he was in the Coast Guard. Then he rose to the rank of lieutenant commander. He got married, had a family, and devoted himself to his two little girls. After he got out of the military, he worked as a moderator for Facebook. When he purged the social network of the worst stuff that its users post on a daily basis, the hate speech, the murders, the child pornography. Utley worked the overnight shift at Facebook content moderation site in Tampa, Florida, operated by a professional service vendor named Cognizant. The 800 or so workers there face relentless pressure from their bosses to better enforce the social network's community standards, which receive nearly daily updates that leave its contractor workforce in a perpetual state of uncertainty. The Tampa site has routinely failed to meet the 98% accuracy target set by Facebook. In fact, with a score that has been hovering around 92. So 92%. It is Facebook's worst performing site in North America. The stress of the job weighed on Utley, according to his former coworkers, who, like all Facebook contractors at the Tampa site, signed a 14-page non-disclosure agreement. The stress they put on him, it's unworldly, one of Utley's manager told me. I did a lot of coaching. I spent some time talking with him about things he was having issues seeing. He was always worried about getting fired. Well, damn, that's a terrible environment to be in. So this guy was pronounced dead of a heart attack, and they're attributing his death, y'all, to working at Facebook. All of the daily pressure that he was under. That is a damn shame. That's a shame. Wow. But they said the conditions are horrible working for Facebook. And this, like I said, I've seen some of the articles from former employees that talked about, a lot of the policies there that were not good. So I'm not surprised at all. I'm going to go ahead and play this video. This video is going to shock the hell out of you. You're going to think this was like at a
Facebook is under fire.
You're going to think this was at a third world country, but this is here in the United States in Tampa, Florida. Let me go ahead and play this video for you.
Facebook is under fire once again after a report by the technology website The Verge threw the spotlight on the way it treats staff. It also details the death of one of Facebook's moderators at his workstation. The revelations were made by staff from a Facebook contractor in Florida called Cognizant, who were paid to filter extreme images that appear on the site. They disclosed poor working conditions, among other issues.
We were bodies in seats. We were nothing to them at all.
They said Facebook is basically shoving all of their graphic violence content to us, that they didn't want it anymore. So they had to move more people to cover it. And that's all that we saw every single day.
At first, it didn't bother me, but after a while, it started taking a toll. I got to feel like a cloud, a darkness over me. I started being depressed. I'm a very happy, outgoing person, and I was withdrawn. My anxiety went up. It was hard to get through it every day.
The army of contractors working for Facebook worldwide contains about 15,000 employees. The contractors describe having to work through as many as 200 graphic videos a day, including footage of animal cruelty and extreme violence. Staff claim they are forced to work in unsanitary conditions, suffering from bedbug infestations. They also faced bodily waste at workstations on a regular basis, as well as numerous verbal and physical fights. Another concern raised was sexual harassment cases. Facebook itself says it does handle all challenges related to the working environment.
There will inevitably be employee challenges or dissatisfactions that call our commitment to this work and our partners' employees into question. When the circumstances warrant action on the part of management, we make sure it happens.
Facebook has already come under fire and pressure too to clamp down on what it allows online. One incident in particular was the circulation of extremist content after 51 people were killed in the Christchurch massacre in New Zealand earlier this year. Meanwhile, the social media giant and the contractor have vowed to introduce changes, including salary boosts and healthcare for staff. We put the issue up for debate.
I think Facebook needs to take more responsibility for their contractors. This is as much about the law around working conditions in particular offices and around responsibility that Facebook takes for its supply chain. The issue here is actually treating them better, giving them better working conditions, paying them more, and possibly keeping on top of the supply chain and making sure that Cognizant aren't cutting corners and giving them enough budget to run it smoothly so that they don't have to cut corners.
In terms of resources, it is a matter for the internet company, or in this case for Facebook, to ensure that there are sufficient resources for moderation. But the other important thing is, first, we need greater cooperation between social media companies. So, for example, Google might have a much better artificial intelligence to handle video content because of its experience with YouTube, and perhaps it is time to share that technology with Facebook. And the second thing is to create a greater transparency. So to allow perhaps for an external body to go into Facebook and audit its processes in terms of moderation.
I don't think the technology is yet sophisticated enough to be the solution quite yet. And the moderators themselves can identify the type of content that needs action to be taken, and action has been taken in some cases. It hasn't been taken in all instances, and we need to understand what the level of investment is, where the things are falling through the cracks, whether that is at the Cognizant end, when it's reported to Facebook, when it's passed on to the authorities. We need to have a far smoother and a more effective means of doing this. But we're not going to get away until the technology improves dramatically. We're not going to get away from the need for human moderators.
The moderators need to be able to act very, very fast and with a great degree of accuracy. So I think that the solution now, for now, would be for Facebook to invest much more money into the whole moderation process.
Facebook needs to be investing far more in the technology to assist some of these moderators. And you can pixelate out faces. You can do certain measures to make it more pleasant for the employees that are having to do this moderation.
Wow. I tell you what, Facebook sound like, or what they call Fed book, sound like they need to be under investigation. Anytime an employee die and your people are under stress and there's feces in workstations, I don't see how they're not under investigation, y'all. How are they escaping this? For real. But I'm not surprised. It was always something about Facebook that I never liked. And that's why I never did try to go big on Facebook at all. I just was not feeling Facebook like that. But this is terrible. This is terrible. And this just go to show you, if they're not going to treat their employees right, what makes you think they are going to treat any type of content creators out on Facebook right? They're not. They literally don't care about anyone. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this one. Woo, I'm glad I stay away from this Facebook, man, or Fedbook. Man, I don't miss it. I seriously don't miss it, y'all. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.